Okay, in this video we're going to be installing your site. What I'd like you to do is just to follow along with me, have your cPanel, have all of your stuff up in in your browser, and follow along step by step with me. And also we're going to be assuming that you are familiar with cPanel. And there's going to be stuff that you're going to have to know, already, just like prerequisites. So we're going to be installing the site using Backup Buddy and Import Buddy. Okay. We're also going to assume that you've already got a domain. Either it may be your main domain that you set up when you set up your hosting account. It may be an add-on domain. It may be a subdomain. Okay, but we're going to assume that you have those things ready. Okay, so the first step is to log into cPanel. So if you have to, go ahead and pause the video and log into cPanel now. Now, after you log into cPanel, we're going to scroll down and you're going to click on MySQL Database Wizard. So go ahead and pause the video and do that now. Okay, so this is the first screen that we come up with. We're going to be creating a database. The database, we're going to name the database. It's usually between 6 or 7 characters, I think. So let's name the database. You want to name the database something that you will remember, or something that references the site that you're installing. So I'll call it fitness, and then you want to click on next step. Okay, so we're going to create the database user. Usually you can call it the same as your database name. That's up to you. Now here we're going to use the password generator, and we're going to copy this password that it generated for us, and we're going to check the box that says that we've copied the password to a safe place. Okay, now what we're going to do is we're going to open up a notepad and put this on a notepad. So here's our notepad. We're going to put our password here. Okay, now we're going to click on use this password, and now we're going to click on create user. Again, remember, if you need to pause the video and do this step, please do. Now on the next step, we're going to copy this onto our notepad. Since the user and the database is the same, I'm only going to copy one. We're going to put that on our notepad. Okay, so we have our database, and we know that's the same as our database user, and then we have our password. On this step, you're going to make sure and check the box that says all privileges. So once you have that all checked, you want to click on next step. At this point, you have your database made for your new site. Next thing you want to do is click on the home icon at the top left. Now we're going to scroll down, and you're going to find the icon, the link that says File Manager, and you're going to click that. A lot of times when you click File Manager, a little box will appear and allow you to select the domain that you're going to be working with. And a lot of people don't have that set, so it may open up in a new window for you right away. When you're looking for your domains or subdomains that you're going to be working with, they're going to be located in the public HTML. Okay, so if you're not already there, you want to double click this icon that says public HTML. This will take you to where all of your domains and subdomains will be listed. What you're going to do now is select the domain or subdomain that you are going to install the site on. You can see that I have a list of domains or subdomains. For this particular demo, I've created a folder called Fit Demo. We're going to go inside the folder. This is going to be the domain or subdomain that you're installing the site on. It should be empty. There shouldn't be anything in here. Okay? The only thing that you may have is a CGI bin. So make sure that there's nothing in here or no other WordPress installations on this domain that you're installing the site on. At this point, you're going to click on the upload icon, and it will open up in a new window. Make sure you're on this step. If you have to pause the video, please do. At this point, we're going to browse to the location where we downloaded our zip file from the download page. So here are the files that we have. Remember, it was a zip file, but we extracted it when we downloaded it from the downloads page. So now we have it extracted. we're going to go inside this folder. This zip folder called backup/main reviews is the backup they're going to be uploading right now. So just highlight that and click open. Once this moves down to the bottom right hand corner of the screen, you want to click on browse again, and you're going to upload Import Buddy. So highlight it and then click open. Now you have these two files uploading in the bottom right hand corner. I'm going to pause the video, and when this gets done uploading, I'll come back. Once this is done uploading, you're going to click the link that says go back. It's going to take you back to your file manager. Okay. At this point, you should have the backup and Import Buddy in this folder. Now it's time to go into our browser and go and do the import. In your browser, you're going to type the name of your domain, you're going to type the name of your domain /importbuddy.php. So it's going to be yourdomain.com/importbuddy.php. So just so that everybody understands, it's your domain /importbuddy.php. If you installed it on a subfolder, you want to make sure and include your subfolder in the file or in the URL. Now, when you go, the first step you're going to run into is authentication. You want to put in the password that I've included for you. The next step is step 1. Okay, this should already be highlighted. So all you need to do on this step is click on the next step button. This step number 2, is going to be extracting this zip folder for you. Don't do anything in here. And it'll tell you files are successfully extracted. Now click on next step. This step, you want to make sure this is the correct address that you're putting the site on. In this area is where you're going to put in your database settings that you just created a minute ago that we put on our cPanel. So I'm going to copy the domain or the database. I'm going to paste it in here. You want to make sure to not have any spaces. Okay, if you find that there's spaces that you can't see, you want to make sure that there's no spaces. Okay, I'm going to paste in here. Okay, this is the database name that we created. The user was the same. Now we're going to grab the password that we created. A lot of times when you're copying and pasting, you can end up with a blank space, and you don't want that. Okay, localhost will stay the same. Okay, so once you have that information in, the database prefix, just leave it alone. Once you have that information, you want to click on Test Database Settings. And it will tell you that it's successfully connected. If for some reason it fails, make sure that you don't have any spaces in these areas. Now click on Next Step. Okay, it will tell you that the initial database import was complete. Then click on Next Step. Now it will tell you that the site has been imported successfully. So we're just going to make sure our site is there. So just click on the link. So we see our site is there. Everything looks good. Okay, so since we know our site is okay, we're going to go back to Import Buddy, and you're going to scroll down and simply click on the Clean Up and Remove Temporary Files. This will be your last step. In the next video, we're going to go through logging into your WP Admin and setting up your site.